Hello and welcome into the PHNX Bets Daily Podcast, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star wherever you get your podcast. Johnny Venerable, joined by Shawn DePaz. Our guy Shane Diefenbach is en route with my guy Bo Brock to the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. So Shawn and I are holding down the fort. Get to talk a little NBA action today, Shawn.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. I'm jealous I don't get to be in Mobile, Alabama, but I guess it's the second best option.
Are you really?
No, not at all. Not at all.
The rain
I've never
in
once
the
been like,
Midwest.
you know what sounds nice right now is going to Alabama.
Well, they're doing the football gods' work, the Lord's work in scouting the top prospects at the Senior Bowl. We're going to have more to talk about that later tonight on a nightcap episode of PHNX Cardinals, I think at like 8 p.m. Arizona time, 9 p.m. Alabama time. We don't know what kind of hijinks Shane and Bo will be up to, but we know what we want to talk about today, and that is the ever-changing landscape of the Western Conference, led by, I feel like, the Phoenix Suns, Shawn. So Phoenix, another big victory last night, and they're all big at this point because of whatever hell that downturn was earlier this month into December. Phoenix Suns are 6-4 in their last 10. They have seen a spark from Cam Johnson's return, of course, Chris Paul's return. DeAndre Ayton played pretty well last night. So they got the dub. But let me ask you this, because a lot of people have been wondering, can you take the Phoenix Suns seriously moving forward, specifically from a gambling aspect? Because there were some games during that losing streak where they just flat out were not competitive. But with Devin Booker's return on the horizon, are you ready to say the Phoenix Suns are back?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was always the health thing and the question about Jay Crowder, which seems like we should be getting an answer to relatively soon. I think when you get this team back to full health and then you add whatever you get in return for the Crowder trade, I think this is still very much the Suns team of old, which is not to say that this is a Suns team that's necessarily going to win the finals. But as far as betting on them in the regular season, it was a great way to make money, in my opinion, specifically, kind of third quarter, Suns are down, live bet the Suns to make a comeback. But as long as you're betting on spread / money line when it comes to the spread, I think it's a great way to make money now. They're getting closer to full strength. I'd be a little more hesitant betting on, like DeAndre Ayton props and stuff like that, a guy that is just frustratingly inconsistent. But as far as actually betting on the Suns as a team, I think there's a good chance to make money there.
Speaking of making money, I did pretty well with my picks last night, Shawn. I had the Suns winning -2, and I was pretty convincing late in the fourth quarter. That was going to hit, led by Mikal Bridges, who had a huge night, I think like 29 points. So you're starting to see the depth really take off for the Suns. That was such a big emphasis on what this team was last year en route to that historic season, 60-plus wins. Warriors also took care of business. That was one I had to sweat out a little bit. But they ended up taking care of business against Oklahoma City. The Lakers plus 8.5. That was unfortunate. I believe I made that bet before I realized they'd be missing so many key players. That game was not competitive. Hopefully today against the Knicks, they put up a little bit more of an effort, but Kyrie Irving's 26 points was not enough. Let's take a look, if we could, at how my guy Shane did yesterday. So he was big on the Kings money line, and he got his wish in overtime, beating what he believes is the most fraudulent team in the NBA, the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Kings -115 hit, but just by the skin of their teeth. And then we have the Blazers covering by 4 points home against the Hawks. And lastly, the over missed, the under hit just by the skin of his teeth. So Shano, he would blow me shit if I didn't say he went 3 for 3 on his picks yesterday.
Yeah. One of the last things he said before I took him to the airport, one of the last things he said before he got out is that the Kings are one of his favorite teams to bet on. But he was also a little worried because he was talking a lot of shit about the Timberwolves, and then Rudy Gobert ended up having himself a little bit of a night, so he got a little worried. But it hit, and they don't count how, they count how many. So
you took Shane to the airport? Wow.
I took Shane and Bo to the airport right before the show.
Damn, nice guy.
Yeah. That's what I do. I'm a man of the people.
We are. It's a group effort here at PHNX. We're driving people to the airport. I hire Leah to watch my kids. We're all chipping in, and you should chip in too and do your part, and do it on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook. There has never been a better time to sign up with DraftKings, friends. just ahead of the big game, Super Bowl Sunday. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, the Super Bowl is 2 weeks away, John, why would I dabble? Get a head start on the lines, the props. They're all available right now for you to dive into ahead of Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl 56 is the place to be on DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use that promo code PHNX. Get this, new customers, Shawn, can bet $5 on Super Bowl 57, and they get $200 in free bets instantly. You don't even have to win the bet. Place a 5 spot now, $200 in free bets preloaded into your account. Use it only on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, only with promo code PHNX. I want to remind everybody, minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. A bet that I did not place for our show, but I will say I'm not getting a little bit dramatic. I am dramatic over the Arizona Cardinals. I have to find a way to bring it up in every conversation that with my kids, with my wife, with our friends. Like, hey, have you been on DraftKings? Have you looked at the look at me like I got 3 heads? But I did not abandoning ship on Sean Payton, but the Broncos are back on Sean Payton. It makes me physically ill. I don't want that for DNVR. It's like that meme, Lord, I've seen what you do for other people. I want that for myself.
How do you think I feel? I cover college sports. Well, DNVR got themselves quite the college football hire recently, so I don't want them to get Sean Payton either.
It makes me sick. But last night, and I texted Bo this, and I've got the receipts. I put $15 on Brian Callahan at plus 550 to be the next head coach of the Cardinals. Ooh. Just because I was just like, damn it, if I'm gonna miss out on Sean Payton, I at least want to try to make some money. And I would still prefer Brian Flores, but I can't even get Brian Flores at plus money right now. So I'm like, so Brian Callahan, I think, is the last on deck this week. So it's just like, shit, might as well.
Yeah, I have money out on 2 coaching futures. It is Sean Payton and Vance Joseph to be the next head coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
Vance has gone from, I think, plus 350 to plus 900. So I'll reimburse you for that one because we can all celebrate that one. Let's celebrate our picks today, Shawn. What do you like?
Yeah, I'm right there with you on the Los Angeles Lakers. I know you took them yesterday, but today Anthony Davis, LeBron James should be back. They're playing a Knicks team without Mitchell Robinson. I just feel like the Lakers are gonna, at plus money, I feel like they're gonna win outright. Plus, as we'll get into the props a little later, LeBron is chasing a little bit of history. And so I feel like that's going to play into it. On the same note, Lakers and Knicks over 232, 2 teams that are not necessarily known for their defense, especially with Mitchell Robinson being out for the Knicks. And the Lakers are one of the fastest paced offensive teams in the entire NBA. So I really like the over here. Cavs -4. They're one of the best teams at home against the spread. So I really like that. Against a Heat team that just struggles to score, despite how good they are defensively. They just struggle to score. So I think that game might be a little messy. Cavs cover. Then Hornets +11 against the Milwaukee Bucks. The last time they played in Milwaukee, the Hornets won the game by like 20 points, I believe. Now you're coming into this game with Giannis nursing a knee injury, Chris Middleton on a minutes restriction, and I believe they have a couple other injuries. I'm not so bold to say that the Hornets are going to win this game, but I think they can cover a double-digit spread. So I like the Hornets +11.
I like those picks. I'm going to double down with you on the Lakers. I think they win tonight outright, but I'm a little bit of a coward, +1.5 because I've been scorned by them as recently as last night. I had people in the chat saying, Johnny, what are you doing? They're missing LeBron. They're missing AD. And I said, damn it, I'm going to still hope that they can at least cover 8.5 points. They could not, but they're going to cover tonight, as will the Cavaliers at home against the Miami Heat. Cavs are one of the most fun teams to watch in all the NBA. I know we're Mountain Time, West Coast time here in Arizona, but man, I anytime they're on TV, TNT, I try to check out the Cavs and their young core. They've been fantastic. Clippers, I'm not ready to say they're back. They're a little bit like the Suns, where they have some injuries. They're kind of in that middle tier of the Western Conference right now, but the Bulls are just atrocious. They're one of the worst watches right now. If you've been following Shawn, the Lonzo Ball saga, it's embarrassing. They signed him to that contract. He's like, may not even play this year. So I think that's put a big cloud on their season. I'm DeMar DeRozan. He can only do so much. So I'm on the Clippers tonight to cover and win big in Chicago.
I do. I like that a lot. I don't know if you know this about me. I am a Clippers fan by trade, I guess. I grew up a Clippers fan. I'm here for it. Yeah, they were founded in Buffalo, so I had to just, I guess, adopt the closest thing to a Buffalo team that I could.
Nice. What do you like for props tonight?
It's starting with, like I mentioned, the GOAT, the king, LeBron James. This line keeps moving around a little bit. Now it's down all the way to 27.5. So I'm all over that. I believe if he averages around 29 points a game, he'll comfortably be able to pass Kareem's scoring record in Milwaukee, against Milwaukee, with Kareem in the building on national TV. I see absolutely no way that the corn ball that is LeBron and the NBA don't make this happen. So I'm all the way here for the over 27.5 points. Shane's not here, so I had to do it for him. Julius Randle over 42.5 PRA. I know you probably don't like it, but I don't care.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I know. No Mitchell Robinson. They're going to be playing against LeBron and AD. I feel like if they want this game to even be close, Julius Randle's going to have the ball a little bit. So that's why I'm looking like in the over on PRA there. And then Nikola Jokic, the Joker, over half a three-pointer at -160. He's hit a three-pointer in 3 of his last 4. This one's just a little ugly, but I like it. I don't know. It speaks to me. Maybe because it's ugly, that's why it speaks to me. But yeah, those are my props.
It speaks to you, as does the fact that Shane is not on the show today, which means I get to shit on Julius Randle, his boy, under 26.5 points. Listen, they're playing a team I'm betting against. I'm anti-Knicks tonight, so I'm anti-Julius Randle. I think he goes under 26.5 points for the exact opposite reason that Shawn thinks he's going to have a big game. But yeah, that's a little phasing for Shane. I tried to put all coaching odds yesterday for the show, and Shane said we can't do that every day. Well, damn it, we're going to do it every day till the Cardinals have a coach. But Shawn, it's been an absolute pleasure and a joy. I think you and I are going to be hanging all week as these bums are out in Mobile.
Oh yeah.
So maybe we get Shane to call in one day and he can masquerade out in the rain while he gets hopefully tackled by some 5-star linebacker. But
without Shane here, we get to talk about as many coaching odds as you want.
That's right.
Coaching odds as you want.
I literally sent him. I said, Brian Callahan's plus 5,000. I want to talk about it. He said no. So guess who's running? We're the captains now, Shane.
Yeah, we're running the ship now.
That's right. For Shawn DePaz, I'm Johnny Venerable. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Subscribe to PHNX Sports on YouTube. Become a diehard at gophnx.com. With the Super Bowl on deck, the NBA season in full swing, and March Madness with my guys, Sun Devils and Wildcats. There's never been a better time to be on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. See you guys mañana.